Hi everyone, Chris Nansky here with Superfoot Systems, and welcome to Superfoot Stories. Stories from the life and times of Bill Superfoot Wallace. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you today?
I'm great, great. So last time we were here, we were talking about your early tournament career and some of your memories with traveling the country with Glenn Keeney. And you had a point career that basically lasts from 1967 to 1974.
Yep.
Before going to kickboxing. So I thought today we might want to talk about some of your most memorable point tournaments.
Sure.
The people you fought.
Love to. Most of you remember me talking about Glenn Keeney. My college career, not my high school, but my college career, ended up most of my tournaments, about 95% of the tournaments that I went to was with Glenn Keeney. I go to school, there's a tournament in Miami, Florida. Glenn says, let's go to a tournament in Miami, Florida. We start Friday morning, we drive down to Miami, we fight in a tournament Saturday because there was no Friday night tournaments. And we turn around right after the tournament and drive back so I can still go to school Monday morning. John Pachivas put the tournament on, USK tournament. I think I won the tournament like 3 times. Then later on in the year, the first weekend in February was a tournament called the U.S. Championships in Dallas, Texas, put on by Alan Steen. I won that tournament 3 times in a row. But the most memorable time was the last time, 1973, I fought a gentleman named Skipper Mullins, who became one of my best friends in the world right after that tournament. I win the heavyweight division, Skipper wins the lightweight division. We're both kickers. I think he's an absolutely fantastic kicker. I think I'm just lucky sometimes. But anyway, we bow in. Now at that time, Skipper was part of a team with Chuck Norris, Bob Wall, Joe Louis, and a bunch of guys. He was part of that team. I knew Chuck, but not well. So Ed Daniels is the head referee. He says, Bill? I said, yes, sir. He says, look around. Look at the referees. Chuck Norris is in one corner. Pat Burleson is in the other corner. Jim Harris is in one corner. And I think maybe Bob Wall or one of the other guys is in the corner here. And he says, Bill, you know what you're going to have to do to get a point, don't you? And I look at him quizzically, and he goes, you're going to have to drop him. I'm a karate guy, upper mid class, and I'm going, hold it. What do you mean? I'm going to have to drop him. You're going to have to score him. You're going to have to score him. You're going to have to knock him down or knock him out. Excuse me, but I'd rather be someplace else right about now, because Skipper's about 1.5 heads taller than me. And I went, oh, crap. So we bow in, take our stances. Skipper comes right across, tries to sweep my front leg. My front leg is my baby. I bring it right around, hook kick him right in the solar plexus with my heel, with the hook kick. Skipper drops. Chuck Norris says, no point, hit him in the arm. Now Skipper's still on the ground. Skipper finally gets up. He says, good point, Bill. And I says, they didn't give me a point, instead of hit your arm. He stood up in front of everybody. I'm talking 15,000 people in the stands. He opens up his gi top. There's a big old heel print right on his solar plexus. Skipper goes, shakes my hand. Chuck Norris goes, which is okay, because, that's the nature of point tournaments.
Point tournaments, yeah.
We bow back in. I score him with a side kick, drop him with a side kick. So that's 2 times I've dropped him, but I get a point for the side kick. Then he throws 2 back fists, about this far from face, which they called. So he's up 2-1. And then I come in with a roundhouse kick to the head, and I score on him with a roundhouse kick to the head. So I scored on all 3 of my side roundhouse hook kicks. Beep, time's up. And we were moving, overtime, we're bouncing, he's throwing, I'm throwing, 15,000 of everything. And finally, I'm left side forward, and I go, oh, what the heck. I turn right side forward, take this hard side, and go, yeah! I just charge it and punch him in the ribs and drops. And I went, and I won the tournament. But after that, we became the best friends in the whole world.
And he also influenced you in terms of your kicking,
Very
right?
much so, very much so. Because Skipper, when he fought, he was entirely right-legged.
Okay.
But his main kick was the roundhouse kick, because he was absolutely phenomenal with it.
Yeah.
Just wrapping around your head. It was truly round. And it was absolutely phenomenal. I watched him train one time, and the reason I knew he was kicking the basketball in it because it was moving.
Unbelievable.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Wow, wow.
My friend.
Yeah, yeah. And during that time, I mean, head kicking, probably there wasn't a lot of
No,
it. You
no,
two
no.
were
Even
really-
take one. It was in Texas.
Yeah.
Some of you remember something called the blood and guts era. Well, this was during the blood and guts era. If you dropped him and he got up, you get the point. If he didn't get up, he was disqualified. If you cut him in the face, this is the crazy thing too. Billy Watson fought Fred Wren about 1968-69. Fred Wren cuts Billy Watson from here all the way around.
Whoa.
They stop the match. They lay Billy Watson down in the middle of the ring, and this doctor comes in with no gloves on, and they stitch Billy Watson up. And I'm going, something just doesn't seem right here. They stitch him up, they put a piece of tape over it, continue. And I'm going,
Wow.
and I went, okay, as long as it's fair.
Yeah.
You know, as long if I know I can hit you and you can hit me back, that I don't mind. I don't want you to be able to hit me and I can't hit you back. But so I said, wow, I like Texas. Wow. So I won Texas 3 years in a row.
Very good. And during that 3-year span, you were undefeated, weren't you, in
Never
point
lost.
tournaments?
Yeah, never lost.
Unbelievable.
And then probably the most memorable after the Skipper fight, in 1970, Joe Louis was the defending champion of the USK Grand Nationals. And I won my division, he won his division at the USK Grand Nationals in Indiana. And I'm fighting Joe for the Grand Championship, right?
Yeah.
And we bow in, he takes his stance, he does this. Now understand, I've got little hands. Joe's got 2 knuckles, like here and right here, about the size of golf balls. You look at it and you say, oh my God, he's going to hit me with those things. And you go, oh crap. So I'm throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him. Nothing's working. He's throwing everything at me, nothing's working. So I said, oh heck, why not? So I turn right side forward, I come in, I sweep him. The pictures are in Black Belt magazine. I sweep him, punch him in the chest. Before I could pull my hand back, he grabbed me, he goes, one of the perfect control. But I was first, and I got the point. Understand, this is the beauty of point tournaments. I scored first, so I get the point. But believe me when I tell you this, I could have used a hammer, and it wouldn't have done anything to Joe. He was in that good a shape. Wow. He was that, I mean, it felt like I hit a brick wall with the punch. And then, but went into overtime because he scored on me after that. Went into overtime, and I caught him coming in with a jab to the face. And it doesn't matter how strong you are, no matter how powerful you are, there's no muscles protecting the face. Yes. So I got lucky.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, I think next time we're together, I'd love to hear a little bit more about how you met Joe Louis and how he influenced your career.
Perfect.
So it's a great place for us to stop. So anyway, thanks so much for listening, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. And this is Chris Nansky with Superfoot Systems. We'll see you next time on Superfoot Stories.